Hi everyone, welcome to Driving Analysis compilation number 19. In this episode I'm going to be looking at a few clips where my viewers don't do the best job, and some of the footage is from people who have been watching and following the channel for a long while. But remember, we're all here to learn, so please don't get offended. This clip was called Two Nissan Micras, both written off by the insurance, and both were in similar situations, and I'm surprised my viewer didn't learn from this first one. Both collisions are due to a lack of adjustment of speed, and this is evident with how he approaches this red Mercedes. That was way too close. And what about driving in a staggered formation? There was simply no need for that to happen. Yes, the driver of the Audi should have seen my viewer, but this damage beyond economical repair could have been avoided if my viewer had just backed off just for a moment. Not the best. As I said, in this second clip something similar happens. My viewer this time is turning right at the roundabout that we're approaching and has a problem with the vehicle on the left hand side. But again, driving in a staggered formation would have fixed the issue, I think. And it's exactly the same as the first clip. This vehicle was written off by the insurance, although my viewer wasn't to blame. It looks as though we could do with a windscreen wipe as well. I would like to point out that this vehicle does have a left signal on, so really my viewer should have enough space to go through if the vehicle was keeping in the correct position. But they don't, and my viewer shouldn't have continued.
Oh yeah, very good. Well done.
The difference in speed meant my viewer was catching up, and situations like this are always more likely to occur when this happens. Just stay at the same speed and it never will. But also don't forget you've got to stay staggered. After driving round the roundabout a couple of times to find out where the other vehicle went, my viewer eventually did catch up with them. Time for a third Nissan Micra? Maybe not. Obviously we've got the van overtaking on the left hand side in lane 2, my viewer's in lane 3. This viewer again has been watching the channel for many years, and apparently they sent this footage to the police, and unsurprisingly, in my opinion, the police did nothing about it. We've got a reduced temporary speed limit of 50 miles an hour. But watch my viewer's speed now, they suddenly pick up the pace, and it looks as though the van purposefully blocks off my viewer. That was pretty dangerous, and from both parties I will add. Firstly, I wouldn't have been overtaken anyway because I would have stayed at the speed limit and moved back to lane 2. And secondly, I would have been ready to slow for the van. I also think something's gone on previously. And I think we've found two road users who have an aversion to being overtaken.
November uniform 7-2, Victor Charlie Papa.
Unfortunately, neither of these drivers come out with any credit. Do you think my viewer knew that they were turning left here, or are they just taking this exit to let things calm down? I'll be interested in your opinion. Just as with the last video, I think something's gone on prior to this clip starting. Although sometimes people do get triggered by poor lane discipline, I don't think there's enough on show here to warrant this reaction. My viewer exits the roundabout in lane 2, and momentarily they don't seem to be catching anyone. But notice, as soon as the black car on the left looks to come past, my viewer picks up the speed. I'm unsure whether that was an attempted lane change or a reprimand. Please let me know what you think. But it's pretty obvious what the black car wishes to do. Just let it happen. Again, we've got two road users fighting over a piece of space that neither of them own. And even though it's a national speed limit road, it looks as though we're being held up by the Mini obviously, and the ambulance a little touch further up. Don't forget about the black car that's been following us. And now ask yourself this question. Would this happen if my viewer was innocently doing nothing? No chance. The black car then follows for some distance before they have another attempt at getting out. Again, unfortunately, neither of these drivers come out with any credit. This all starts from a late, poor lane change, but my viewer unfortunately takes the bait. I think when situations happen like this, we all take things too personally. We take it as an attack at ourselves, when effectively someone's just trying to push in front. It's not the silver one that's just gone past, it's this next black Toyota. And seeing this, I even think my viewer closed the space down slightly. For me, what I would have done, I would have braked a little bit more a little sooner. My viewer was definitely trying to stop that from happening. And I think everything else that goes on in this clip emanates from that particular incident. My viewer, to be fair to them, keeps a good space while emerging. They even hold back and let the Tesla come out after they take the position in lane 1 quite early. And so they should do. But my viewer's taking the next exit off. But they see an opportunity to reassert their dominance over the driver of that black Toyota. And even though that driver's just moved to lane 2, they're still going to overtake wherever possible. The gantry's saying we've only got a third of a mile till this junction. My viewer's still in lane 2, and we even start to see the countdown markers on the left hand side. There's now only 300 yards till that exit starts. But my viewer's still insistent on getting that overtake done. That showed him. Did it make you feel better? Now, I'm sure most of us have been involved in situations like this. However, it looks, and it is, totally ridiculous when it's played back after the event. Don't get yourself in this situation in the first place. Just let it go. For this final clip, we look as though we've got an amazing driving road. It's quite difficult, especially for the cyclist coming uphill, but look at that scenery. Fabulous. But unfortunately again my viewer makes a mistake. But this time it's not through challenging and battling for a particular part of a road. It's literally just a mess up. Keep safe everyone. I'll see you soon.
Calm down, keep calm, keep calm, keep calm, keep calm. Please keep calm, please keep calm.
Top marks to what sounds to be the female passenger. Nice work.